What? Oh, hey everybody. I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. But really, you had to wake me up for that? It's Talking Habs 3-year anniversary. Woo! Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. It's 3 years I've been doing YouTube, so it's my 3-year anniversary here. Talking Habs, we're going to celebrate a little bit tonight. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, let's see who's here. Daryl Adams, Habs Guru, and NHL Hockey News. Hey, thanks NHL, appreciate it, buddy. Rick, do I think NHL shutdown could be for a while because of COVID? You think any more games this year? Yeah, really hard to say. I mean, who knows? I don't think it should be a long shutdown. I don't think it will be, but I'm gonna say I think it'll go into January, but we'll see. They say the 27th here. Actually, I have. Let's see what we got here. Is this it? This is it. Nope, wrong one. So this is what they announced, and they're saying practices will resume on the 26th and games on the 27th. I think it's optimistic, but I mean it could start then. I don't know. We'll see. Unless they change the cross-border stuff, though, Montreal's next game that they can actually play is on the 4th of January. So let me see. I have that here. Habs next game likely January 4th versus Washington because it's a home game, and then I believe it's Washington and then Toronto, 2 games, and then they go back on the road. So it depends on how the schedule is rearranged and whether cross-border travel will be allowed. So I imagine for now, all the Canadian teams have the same kind of problem, right? Can't do cross-border. While we're here, let's go to that one there. So they did announce finally today, it's official, there will be no Olympic break, that the NHL will not be going to the Olympics. They have too many games that have gone postponed or canceled. Well, not canceled, but postponed that they have to make up. They did say that if that happened, they would be not going to the Olympics, and they'll use those 3 weeks to get those games in. The problem is that a lot of the arenas, and Montreal's included, they've got like 6 of those dates in those 3 weeks that are filled with concerts or stuff like that. So this is a problem. So I think we're going to see a totally revamped NHL schedule when they get back to play. That's what I'm kind of assuming. So even though it looks like January 4th is the next game that they're going to be able to play, I have a feeling that we're going to see it any time now, like in the next few days, we're going to see a revamped schedule, and we'll see how that works out. Might see Canadian teams having to play each other again for, get their games in the first week or two when they come back, so that they can hopefully get cross-border travel open again. So we'll see. We'll see. Everything's up in the air. I know Montreal here. So Montreal specifically, we're in a state of emergency. Our leader, our Quebec leader, our beloved leader, Francois Legault, who I hate with a passion, he's announced that we're going to have basically nothing's happening until the 26th. So he's saying, I'm going to trust you to do whatever you do, and hopefully you won't do anything stupid. And on the 26th, then we're going to start seeing serious shit. Anyway, I hope we don't go to lockdowns, and I hope we don't go to curfew. I don't think it'll be handled well by people, and quite frankly, don't think it's necessary. So we'll see what happens. But it's my anniversary on YouTube, and why are we? I'm talking about this garbage. Okay, let's get back to it. Harry Rice. Hey, Harry, I gotta. I found out what to do for that, to put me, so I can send people to you after. We got time now that there's no games, but I'll tell you, I couldn't figure out how to do it, but maybe you're younger and smarter than me, so you probably can. But hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Grimes, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. NHL says, you've been so amazing. You worked so hard on your channel, and look where you are. You haven't given up. I haven't given up. I'm a little disappointed. I'm kind of stuck. where I am. But I mean, listen, I'm happy to have it. That's for sure. It's a little disappointing. I haven't hit 3,000 yet, but considering how bad the Habs are this year and everything that's been going on, myself, I've been a little bit burnt out lately, and I'm kind of using this time off a little bit. If you notice, no videos the last 2 days. I've been kind of busy. I'm getting my shot tomorrow, my booster. I'm kind of taking a little time off because I'm feeling really burnt out, and just nothing coming out of me lately. So yeah, I hope you guys are not disappointed in me for that, but I haven't given up, that's for sure. The live streams will still keep coming, and I'll slowly get recharged again. But so I appreciate everyone's patience with me, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't force videos out of me because then it's total garbage, and I don't want to do total garbage. The partial garbage I do normally, that's fine, but I don't want to do total garbage because I'm not, into it. So it's just that I'm burning out a little bit. I imagine other people are like this too. It's not easy what we're all going through. Believe me, it's not just me, and it's not a me thing. That's for sure. But, we're all struggling, and that's where I'm struggling. I'm just struggling with content. Everything else is pretty good, I'm okay. Everything's pretty good. But I'm struggling with content, so I hope you guys will have patience. Sport Productions. Awesome, man. I first time I'm seeing your name up there. That's awesome. It's great to meet, to see people for the first time, and they've been following along for a long time, and I never knew, and that's great. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate that. It's really nice to see new faces out here. Awesome. Also, I'm supposed to be doing this, and let me do this. I'm giving away a hat today. So I'm giving away a hat to somebody in the chat tonight before we go. I still have a couple more of these, so not the one on the wall because it's been. But I'm giving a hat, and I was trying to find something today to go along with it, but I'll add something to it. I don't know what exactly, but someone's winning a hat tonight. So what I have to do is I got to write everybody's name down. So I'm gonna do that. Putting that side in your mouth, not a good thing. Oh, that's gross. So give me a second, guys. I got to write some names down. Because I don't want to be a miss on this. Okay, let me get the first ones. So have some patience, please. Habs Guru. NHL Hockey News. Harry Rice. I have the information here. If you give me a minute, I'm gonna actually tell you over the air what you got to do, and then I'll be able to. If you got a live stream, I'll advertise it for you and send people your way after mine are done. We've got Grimes Sport Production. You're gonna be in the draw, buddy. Everybody that talks tonight, everybody that puts out a chat, you're getting into the draw. All right, caught up for now. Harry says, the NHL has apparently asked teams for their building schedules. By the way, if you're wondering where Matt is, Matt's dealing with a COVID situation. He's supposed to be here tonight, but maybe he's not feeling well. I don't know. His girlfriend has it, and they were together for a couple of times when she didn't know. And he's okay, asymptomatic, and he's going to get tested tomorrow, the quick test, and if it's positive, he'll get a PCR. But he's feeling fine. Last I spoke to him today, but he's not here. He's usually late anyway. So if he doesn't show up, that's the reason why. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed for Matt. He is vaccinated. That's not a problem. He's getting his booster soon. So he should be okay and no problems. But that's where he is, and that's why he's probably not here right now. Just so you guys know. So we'll all keep our thoughts, positive thoughts, maybe negative thoughts so that it's negative. I don't know how to put it, but for Matt. Okay, so back to Harry. The NHL has apparently asked teams for the building schedules. Yeah, I read that. So expect every team to get games rescheduled. That's the term I was looking for when I was writing down rescheduled. Yeah, we're going to get the schedule is going to have to get rejigged, however you want to put it. So whatever you have there, if you have the schedule for the Habs or whatever, it's going to change. And I don't know when though. Like, will it be when they resume right away, or January, or just? I mean, it'll get rejigged. That's a good point, and I did read that they're going to probably put the Habs on the road a lot in the beginning of when they get back, because we're not allowed having fans here. So they're going to try to wait that out, and hopefully a little bit later they'll be able to have fans. That's when most of their home games will be. So I said the next games that they can play are 2 home games. It might get changed. So we'll see what happens. It kind of does it really matter? Actually, it helps the tank, because if they're on the road a lot to start with, it'll be, by the time they get to play their home games, if this is the way they do it, they'll be out of it for sure, and that, it'll be done. Grimes, you think the separate division could make a comeback, just Canadian division? I thought of that, and maybe that's how, if they don't have cross-border, they might have to go back to Canadian division and figure out, like, rejig the rest again. We might get back to that. It depends, right? If they think they're not going to go back to cross-border for a long time, I imagine they're going to have to make a Canadian division again. But I thought of that before, but I figured, they'll announce it. So we'll see what happens, but I jumped. Oh. Thanks, Grimes. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the channel. It's not going backward. I'll do enough content to keep her afloat. And as I'm feeling better, I'll get more content out. Some days I wake up and I've got ideas, and some days nothing comes to me. So I figure it's burnout. But listen, imagine how many people are going through that on YouTube. You guys at home, you don't have to be on YouTube, right? Burnout is pretty easy to happen to you with all this shit going on, man. It just doesn't go away. Hey, filibuster, and that's how I'm writing it down too, filibuster. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for being here. Struggling. Yeah, I'm struggling with. I mean, you can tell the content's just not. It's not there. But it's not like I don't try every day. Just if it doesn't come to me, I'm not forcing things out, because I did that before on this channel. I stopped doing that a while back. It's not good stuff when you force it. Thanks, Harry. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it'll happen. I'm not worried that it won't happen. I just thought it would by the time the season had started. But anyways, listen, I don't really fret about that stuff anymore. I did for a while, first couple of years, definitely. To the point where sometimes I'll put out a video now. I'll check on it a little at the beginning, and then I'll find like it's 5-6 hours later, and I usually check all the time when I put out a video. So I'm getting better at that. It's something, but yeah. I don't fret about the subs too much anymore. Phil, if I find some Expos hats and that I would like to get that, I wouldn't mind giving away some of that. I love the Expos hats. I love the Expos. Oh, Harry. Okay, speaking of that, let's do that now. I have it here somewhere. If I put this down, I can put that down. Maybe my hands will be free. I have her here for you because I saved it. Here it is. Nope, it's not. I thought I wrote it down. I know I wrote it somewhere. You know what I'm going to do, Harry? I'm going to send it to you by email. Because what I have here is what I told you the last time. But I looked it up, and it's really easy to do. I'll send you an email with the instructions. Sorry, buddy. I thought I had it. Grimes, I guess no. We're not gonna when it resumes. No, we're not. No cross border unless they announce that they're open that up. So none of the American games are going to be on the schedule. So yeah, they're going to reschedule things. How they're going to do it, quite frankly, I have no idea. None. Because if there's no cross border, it really limits the Canadian teams can only play each other. So we'll see what happens. Renault, let me put you on the list. Will the Habs try to sign Klingberg from Dallas on defense? No idea. Like I know Klingberg's like he's older, obviously not a kid. I think if you're going to look at that, I don't know if they're going to. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some veterans brought in, right? But I don't know who. I think more than likely you're going to something like that probably can't really be predicted. I would think they're going to be going after more younger guys. Like if you can get a guy that's a puck mover, under 25, that's the kind of guys you want to have them hitting their prime or in their prime when you finish your rebuild, right? There's no use getting guys that are at the top of their game or whatever in the next 2-3 years because we're going to be garbage for the next 2-3 years, no matter how it shakes out. So I don't know. I don't know about Klingberg, but he is a puck mover. Yeah, I see. Phil and Grimes are going in that direction. Whatever. He's 29. So anybody that's going to be 30 starting next season, you're not bringing those guys in because they're going to be too old when you're done your rebuild and you're starting to get good. So, and veterans to fill in the spots you need. I mean, you can find that when you're rebuilding. I mean, you can find that. Yeah, 25, Phil, I think 25, that's you want to find guys that are around there or younger and have the whole team going forward all around the same age would be cool. And then the younger kids start coming in. He can replace Petrie's contract, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to bring in guys with big numbers because what's the use? Then keep Petrie. And don't say, well, Petrie's garbage. Even if he has a whole year like that, it's an off year. Guy's proven what he is. So yeah, to bring in a guy to replace Petrie's contract, that's not how you go when you rebuild. Not in my mind, anyway. Sport Productions. It's just anyone's me that this happened again because we already went through this a year ago. Well, yeah, 2 years in a row almost, right? It sucks that it seems to happen this time of year, but I mean, this is the time of year where that kind of stuff is easier to spread. Winter, everyone's got sniffles, and it's just a bad time of year for that. Plus, windows are closed everywhere. It's not, so it sucks. But from the look of it, expect this again next year. Maybe the year after will be good, but they're saying 2024 now before we come out of this. So is that true? I don't know. It looks like it. Yeah, but Grimes, to get him, I think you got to trade for him, right? So to get Klingberg just to move him for a solid pick, but what are you giving up to get him? It doesn't make sense. I think you'll get that same kind of pick for Petrie if you trade Petrie. And you got to do that soon because I think he's still on a modified no trade. Then he gets a no movement clause. It makes it harder. Although I guess either way, he's got to agree to go. Sport Production. They said they had a plan. There was supposed to be a second schedule in case they didn't go, so February was filled, but that didn't happen. So I think they kind of screwed up, and now they're going to fix it. Harry, don't worry. No pressure to be talking. Enjoy. NHL is happy. They have 20% of players' salary in escrow for the owners, but they're not happy missing games. They lose money like this. They're not happy. Don't worry, they ain't happy. Having the players' money in escrow doesn't make up for the money lost or the games that they're responsible to give. When they're gone, they lose money. Hey, Bay Boy, man, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Awesome. Got your booster. That's right. You were getting yours the day before me. Awesome job, buddy. Got you in the draw. I'm giving a hat today, so you might win. Everybody who chats gets in the draw for a hat. We'll do that before we end. Every team would love to have Petrie. I agree with that. You'll get a good return for Petrie still, I think. Savard is not a negative contract, in your opinion? It is. He's going to be hard to move, or else you got to keep him. And anyway? Hopefully, he can play better. I'm not sure that's impossible. Renault, didn't Carolina get Ethan Bear from Edmonton? They didn't give him whatever. You can find guys like that. Not easy. Not saying it's easy, but they're out there. I think it's easier to find that than a center these days. Grimes, Klingberg would be UFA. If he's 29, he'd be UFA, not RFA. And he might be. He might be in his contract year. Free agency depends on when the kid gets into the league, though. Free agent, but it's usually 27 is usually guys. 27 or 28 is usually their first year of UFA. They buy Alzner too, without a doubt. Savard, without a doubt. So remember, everybody, if you chat, you get into the draw to win a hat like that, plus something else. I was trying to find something today, but I couldn't find anything. Hockey Junkie, how's it going, buddy? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We're going to try. I don't know what kind of lockdowns or shit you got going over there, but it's not going to be easy. Although we're just going to be 5 of us, so we're fine to get together. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. And same for everybody. I hope everybody has a safe, get together, at least with some family, and enjoy a little bit, safely, though, if you can. I'm not as worried about. It seems like Omicron isn't as dangerous, but still, I don't really want to get it. They say we're all going to get it eventually, though. It's so infectious. So that's why it's best off get your boosters and your shots, so that if you get it, it's easily survivable. Moonlight Cyborg, hey, going great. Thanks for being here. I'm going to enter you and Hockey Junkie. Hockey Junkie might wear a hat. Remember, Hockey Junkie, if you win the hat, you got to wear it in a video. Yeah, nobody would see it, though. I knew that. I'm just joking. But you might win one. Although you could take a picture and just blur out your face and just, whatever. No worries. Moonlight Cyborg. So everybody that chats here tonight is going to get entered into this draw. And somebody is going to get a hat. Can see the Habs pivoting to a retool and sign Letang for a few years at $5 million. Man, Letang's getting up there in years. I don't see that. Very injury prone. Yes, a local player, and that could be and maybe maybe as like the veteran. But I mean, I think if you're going to keep a guy like that, you might as well just keep Petrie around. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't think. And anyways, when you say pivoting to a retool, we don't know what they're doing yet. They haven't announced. So it's a rebuild, retool, whatever. We don't know yet. So it's not a pivot. Awesome. I want to see that. I think maybe I'm just going to give it to Hockey Junkie because I want to see him make the hat talk for a full video. Yeah, no, listen, that would be cool if you do win. I'd love to see that. It would be really awesome. Man, I couldn't find anything. I was shopping, not anywhere special, but at Walmart and stuff. Nothing Habs. Nothing that I could buy for Habs for a giveaway. I mean, we're in Montreal. You'd think. I was at the dollar store. I saw they had these hockey NHL Pez dispensers. And I said, oh, that's a cool thing. In Montreal, not a Habs, not one Habs. Not one. I figured, I'll buy 3 or 4 of those. Nope. Makes sense, right? In Montreal. Don't have the Canadians one, though. Someone's smart there when they ordered that. They have no major contracts shedding this offseason? I don't get what you mean by that. They have a few major contracts that they're going to probably shed this offseason. From what I'm understanding, like I think I was wrong about Brendan Gallagher. From what I understand, Gallagher is going to be in demand if they put him on the market. So they got Gallagher's big contract. You got Carey Price's big contract. You've got Petrie's big contract could be in there. For the quality that's David Savard's given us, that's a big contract for what he brought to the team. So, yeah, every contract this year is sheddable if they rebuild. Renault, a rebuild means you trade those contracts. So nothing's locked in. Only locked in if you're not moving anybody. Hey, babe, awesome. You must have a lot of like hats and stuff then. Hoggy Junkie, I wonder how they're going to proceed with the regular season. Any thoughts? Well, we were talking about it earlier, and if the cross-border, they can't do cross-border travel, are we going back to the North Division, Canadian Division? How are they going to play games if they don't? So there's that. They said about the Habs, because we can't have fans, they might have the Habs on the road for most of the beginning of the restart, and then hopefully they'll be able to have fans a little later, and then they'll have their home games then. So, like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is cross-border is going to be an issue. If that stays shut down, they got to go to the divisions from last year. So it's kind of weird when teams have played if they rejig like that. And like, I don't know, it's a mess right now. I don't think you know what, with this, I don't think this is going to be a bubble thing. They're scrambling, right? I agree with that. I think they're scrambling around. They don't know what they're doing exactly yet. Harry, you found okay. Yeah, but I mean, just it seemed like they had this whole bunch of them no Habs ones. So I don't know. Hey, James Shaw, thank you, buddy. And yeah, my hat. You get entered into a chance to win that. I'm going to be giving a hat away tonight to everybody that chatted tonight. So James, you go in now. Shaw. We'll get that done before we leave here tonight. I thought Matt would join us. I'm hoping Matt is okay and he's not feeling. Matt might have COVID, so he's got a COVID scare he's going through right now. He was feeling great and everything, and he said he would be here tonight, but maybe he's turned. I'll check with him after and see if he's okay. Renault, what do you call junk assets? You're saying Jeff Petrie, junk asset. Carey Price, junk. Brendan Gallagher, junk. Mike Hoffman, junk. Tyler Toffoli is junk. That's what you're saying? Wow. Awesome. We got a bunch of junk players that were good elsewhere, but once they're here, they're junk, I guess. Yeah, Renault, most trades these days aren't hockey trades. There's not a lot of hockey trades anymore. A hockey trade is when you're trading to benefit both teams. It's not about money. Both players, are needed on both sides. It's not because you got to move a guy because of money or whatever. Yeah, you don't see a lot of that anymore. I really don't think calling our players junk assets is fair. But you do go for the sensational a bit, so I'm not totally surprised. Babe, your daughters have what's the F? I don't know what FIL means. Good luck with the test, buddy. Harry, I agree, but I mean, for someone to say that that's junk assets, so we only have junk assets. I mean, like really, Aki, hey Aki, how's it going? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Let me get you on the list. We're giving away a hat tonight. Father-in-law. What's father-in-law? Oh, father-in-law. Daughter's father-in-law got COVID. They all go for your daughter. Oh, hey. Listen, the best. I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's okay, or that, they have it really mildly, or, even asymptomatic is great. James, yeah, I mean, that might be right, but to say that it's junk assets, I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah, but a lot of these guys, I mean, they're veterans. They've been around a long time. You can also, 1 year, so it's not a career year. It's their low end. But it's, they have a career. Toffoli might not be great this year. Doesn't mean he's a crappy player now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that that'll affect any trade value for some of these guys because they're proven. And the way Montreal, what's going on this year, I don't think a lot of teams are going to really, penalize Montreal in the trade, saying, "Well, they're garbage, so we'll just give you crap for them." It's not, and then Montreal won't trade them if that's the case. You don't get a good return, you don't trade. Baby, yeah, double vaxxed. I mean, it doesn't stop you from getting. We know this. Vax doesn't mean you can't get it. It just means you won't die from it, and probably won't be even hospitalized at all. Just at home sick, and that's okay. Still means we can get it though. I'm trying to figure out what Harry's saying. What do you mean the context is BS? Most of the teams are just having down years in prison. I get what he's saying, but I don't agree. No one in this. Well, they had the one game they played well. JB, got to get JB in here. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with that too. But maybe they'll play better with nobody in the stands to scream and yell at them and call them names and whatever, and boo them. Montreal puts a shorter shelf life on their players, and it's not good for their careers. No idea what you mean by that. Montreal's not that much. Why is Montreal different from another city? I mean, what are we, like a black hole? Players come here and they just disappear? It's not like that. I love that Toffoli contract too, but it's very tradable as well, right? And what's the use of having Toffoli here the next 2 years? Really, honestly, what's the use if you can get a first round pick for him? I mean, what? Anyway, I'm not answering that one. They're all veterans who prove themselves, especially our veterans. Their value won't change. That's what I think. Obviously, if they be playing well, it would help, but no consequences. I think for some of them, definitely. There might be a little lower return, but not like to an extent where you go, oh man, that's like we got nothing for that guy. I don't think so. So, veterans, it's their whole career you got to look at, not just the one off year. Because everybody's got an off year, pretty much, right? Pretty much every player has an off year at some point. Montreal's different because the pressure on the players is more intense. A little bit. It's more intense. Yeah, I'll give you that. which means that a player here that does well should be valued higher maybe than from other cities, maybe, right? I don't know. Renault, you better show statistics for that. To show me statistics for that about the players here have shorter careers. There's no statistics for that. That's bullshit. Come on. Am I getting a vibe? Marxists don't like sports. Who's a Marxist? A lot of players themselves say the pressure to perform in Montreal is more so than in other cities. Well, yeah, that's true, especially if you're a local kid. That's true, but it doesn't mean that for every year you play in Montreal, it's like playing, um, or for every how I guess for every year it's like 4 years elsewhere. This How does that make sense? We've had guys here their whole career, 15, 20 years. So that means if they played somewhere else, they'd play for 40 years, 60 years. That's how I see what he's saying. Alpo, hey Alpo. Hang on, let me get you in for the draw. I'm doing okay. Can I name a worse coach than Ducharme in Habs history? I guess there's two coaches that have worse records than him. I think winning percentage wise. So I guess those two. But right now, I mean, come on, yeah, he's. I don't know how he can turn it around. I don't know how it's not him as a big part. Look, the injuries have a lot to do with it. The turnover in players had a lot to do with it, but there's so many signs that he's a big part of it. JB, but I think they would have got creamed out there. But yeah, those scores are pretty interesting. So let's see. I was looking kind of forward to seeing how much the other three teams in their first grouping were going to beat them by. Still need vets to help the young grow and adjust, but really, those guys are fine. You can find those guys pretty much every year. It's not that hard to do. You don't have to go and sign guys like Letang and overpay them, or guys that are a little too old. There's no need for that. You can find guys to fill in. You did spell Leclerc's name wrong, but no big deal. He exploded when he left Montreal, but that's not. I don't know that that's fair to say that that's. I mean, listen, when Leclerc left, wasn't he? He was entering his prime. He was in a totally different situation in Philly, where it was total all offense. I mean, there's a lot of things involved, but I agree. I don't think Leclerc would have been John Leclerc here. No. I do think there's a lot of pressure here. And maybe it is. Maybe that's what's because I mean, since the 70s, we had tons of hockey players that were great. Since then, we haven't. Maybe that is the pressure from the media. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Because we haven't really had, I guess, since 93, right? We had a couple of guys with those kind of numbers. We haven't had anybody like that since then. And it's all the pressure of French players and French coaches and French GMs, and we haven't producing nothing. But we're going to go and push it even farther, and they want even more. So, and yet they want to win. So, figure that one out. Hey, Bob Cannon, how's it going, man? Thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Gonna get in the draw. Giving away a hat today to somebody from the chat. Russia going communist again. Really? I didn't see that. They're not going communist again. Were they ever not? Did they really ever change? They probably did a little bit, but still probably same mindset. Montreal is going to come back next year, a different team, buddy, a different team. They're not going to stand pat. They didn't bring Jeff Gorton in here to stand pat and make very few moves. No, that's not what's happening. Yeah, Grimes, it seems like he's still coaching to make the playoffs, which he can't do. It's not happening. James Shaw, right. Recchi came here. He had some good years here. There were some guys that came here and did okay. In general, though, since 93, I guess people are kind of right. Guys come here, big expectations, they've produced elsewhere, and they don't here. Yeah, we've been through the Patrick Roy coach. It's not for me. I don't really want to get into that anymore. We're going to find out, I imagine, in the next month who our new GM is going to be. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, right now, though, the thought of many more, because, with like this, with all, it's tough to think that way. But, yeah, I'm not giving up or anything. That's for sure. I've kind of like taken it more to, I guess is how I should put it. I've been doing it full time for a while. I'm kind of doing it more part time, a little less full time. It's not paying off to be doing full time right now, and I need a break. So I guess that's how I'm doing it, more like a part timer, right? That's kind of what I'm doing. I like that. Hockey Chucky says Dom Ducharme has better odds of his hair being brown tomorrow than getting Montreal into a playoff position. Yeah, because the playoff, that's out of the question. There's no way this team comes back and they turn it around into a 7 or 750, the winning percentage. There's no way, and that's what they have to do. Just to get out of the bottom 10, they got to do that, and that's impossible. I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan, so I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't get the reference really. Wait, James, what did you say for the definition of insanity? I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest with you. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Which is what Montreal's kind of been doing for the last 30 years. And it's time to make a change. So to say just do retool, sign Letang as a bandage or something like that, that's what they've been doing for 30 years. Doesn't work. Gordon was brought in here to do something different. That's my opinion. JB, I think if you see Price in Seattle would mean that's where he really wanted to go. And I think it's a possibility. I would think more likely he'd want to go somewhere where he can win a cup. I doubt there's a chance for him to win a cup in Seattle. But I can see him going there because, that's an area where he's played hockey before and he grew up not far and all that. So I could see that. But I don't know that's – I would think he'd want to go somewhere he can win a cup. JB, is that what happened? Okay. But it doesn't mean Russia's going communist again, officially. Where am I? Hockey fan guy, how's it going, buddy? Get you in here. Giving a hat away today to somebody in the chat. Sens will pass Habs. That's hopeful. Hopefully, because then we'd be finishing low. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Get you in here. Has Montreal traded Goulet for a hot, young French-Canadian hockey player yet? No. Look, I would not expect Goulet to get traded. Goulet's not going anywhere. By the way, I don't know if you want this. Officially, the World Junior Championship, the Canadian team announced Caden Goulet as the captain. So Goulet's going to captain. It seems like the World Junior Championships are happening. They're playing pre-tournament games tomorrow. So. JB, yeah, I know his wife is from Seattle, and he played for a Washington State-based junior team. So yeah, I mean that. But is he going to win in Seattle? No. James Shaw, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. If that's what you had meant, yeah, 100%. That's what they're doing. Gooley looks like a good one. They're not trading Gooley. Gooley looks like he's going to be how much of a Shea Weber type? Let me put it down. He'll be a Shea Weber type. He seems like that. It's got a mean streak, plays a good physical game, a good. He's just a good player. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. Oh, where am I? Renault, this group was not 3 wins away. Not this group. Some of this group was. It ain't the same group, buddy. So to say don't give up on them, well, look at the movement. It's not the same group. It's already done the giving up, in my opinion. It ain't the same. So if you're looking at the same results from this group and saying, well, it's the same group, it's not. There are some faces that are the same, but it's not the same. Dale Weiss said Price is a leader that will stay during the rebuild. Yeah, okay, because he knows Price. I don't know he does, and he knows what Price is thinking. Whatever Dale Weiss says, I don't really give a shit. Because Dale Weiss will tell you, I grew up a Habs fan. I grew up a Habs fan. He did not. Lying. He lied about it. To get you guys to love him. Price going to Seattle will be like Luongo going to Florida. Not exactly the same for me, I think, but I guess. I mean, but I think Price would want to go somewhere to win. Renault, you're going to blame the losses on 2 players who barely played. I'm not saying they played well. Paquette can go whatever. I think Montembeault, I think he did okay for what, and I know he didn't cause many losses to occur. Paquette and Montembeault, it's their fault. Only them. Renault, you're a funny guy, dude. The attention you seem to need is crazy. Price will win his wife's heart. JB, I'm pretty sure he already has. Let's hope they change their mindset and start drafting the best player available instead of by position. Fingers crossed, because if they don't, no point having the picks. Remember, James, this is a new group now. You're going to see a difference. I mean, they brought Gordon in to be different, not to do the same thing. It doesn't make sense. So I expect them to do just that. Drafting best player available. I think we're going to do. I think this guy might even move up in the draft if he gets, if he needs to. This guy is aggressive that way, and I think we're going to see some. I hope some really good moves from him. Hey, Randy, how's it going? 3 years already. Yep. You remember when I was at 100? That's when, it took forever to get to 100. When I hit 95, it went boom, like the floodgates opened. And I got up to really quickly up to 600 change, and then it slowed down a bit. And then it kind of dragged to 1,000. But that 100 number was key in the growth of the channel. It took forever to get to 100. And then the next 500-600 went super fast. But hey, that's cool. You've been around that long. And we're doing a hat draw, giving away a hat just like this. So, and to somebody in the chat tonight. So I'm just going to mark you down so you can be in the draw. And thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate that. The 2010, oh my God, no. Maybe they did well, but no. We haven't had a center. We haven't had good centers here in 30 years. Maybe that's where the change needs to be. Because if you don't win the center position, you don't win. You got to win the middle of the ice. So that's the centers, the defense, the goalie. That's where you got to win from. Mostly you can find wingers most of the time. And that's all we've done. We've had wingers, no centers. Now it's time to build through the right way. So you want to copy something that wasn't successful because they didn't win a cup in 2010, that's fine, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. We have a Weber type, he whom you won't name. And guess what? I'm not going to talk about him either, because I hope that's one of the first players that they move out. Because I'm not going to be hypocritical, talk about Austin Matthews the way I do, and then embrace that kid. Nope. I don't know if it's exactly the same what they did. It's not, but I'm not going to embrace that kid and talk about somebody else because I'm not a hypocrite. JB, I'm not. I don't know what you said there, and I'm not here to bash Democrats because if you might have figured it out, I lean towards that side if I was an American. Well, I'm American, but if I was living there, I'm not here for any, especially American politics. Nope. Do I have a beef with Dale Weiss? No, not personally, but he's a liar. I caught him in a lie personally on his own show. I didn't do anything about it. Didn't go try to put him down, but it's been like a year now, so I can talk about it if I want. And he's lying to you guys about who he is. So if you like him and all that, well, it's okay if you like a guy lying to you, telling you that he's something that he's not. And I proved it on air. Their very first live stream. Hey, Duncan, how's it going, buddy? Get you in for the draw. What players do you think that will get traded at the deadline? A lot. They're going to trade whoever they can, honestly, except the young core. I think everybody else is up for grabs. If they can move them, they'll move. But most of the young kids should stay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard, I don't think they'll be able to move everybody that they'd like to by the deadline, but I think between the deadline and the offseason, you're going to see some changes here. No, you didn't razz me. I'm just not going to be a hypocrite about that kind of thing, Other people do that, and I don't like that. I'm not going to do that. I kind of think, Renault, I think Jake Allen might end up sticking around. Sherratt definitely gotta go. He's a UFA at the end of the year. You're not re-signing Sherratt. Not in a rebuild or whatever they're doing. So, yeah. But Jake Allen makes sense to sign. If you're going to move Carey Price, Jake Allen, to me, makes sense to keep here. He's got one more year on his contract. I'd keep him here. He'd be good for whoever they're trying to, maybe you want him to mentor Primo for a year, whatever. I think Allen's a good guy to keep here. He's won a Stanley Cup, so he's good that way. He's got the right attitude about it, too. I think. Doesn't accept losing for losing. Even if it's a shitty team, you can't have that losing attitude. That's the kind of guy you want. Renault, I would move Drouin too. 1 year left on his contract. Perfect time to move him. Beba, yeah, I think so too. I think Allen's a guy you keep. Randy, I thought Gallagher might stay, but apparently he said he's not sure he wants to stay for a rebuild. And it's come out that when they signed him to his big contract, there were teams very interested in him to sign him at that kind of money. So I kind of think, you know what? Gallagher would be movable more than I thought he would be, and he'd bring you back a good return. And if he wants to go, they might move him. Remember, Gordon's not tied to Gallagher like Bergevin was. Gordon's not tied to any of them in the same way. Renault, you might be right. To say he's immovable, no, it's depending on the return you're going to get. But I think you might be right. He has to play. I could see that, but I still think he's movable either way. Yeah, Grimes, you're right. We sucked, but that team I think last year it was kind of built for the playoffs, and they excelled there. So, but you're kind of right. We weren't really good last year during the regular season. So, yeah, it is what it is that way, right? We don't know. Anyway, trying to compare, we don't know what it would be this year. The injury bug might have hit us anyway, even if they didn't, if they kept everybody, and we'd still suck even worse. Well, Renault, when you say things like that, you should really say in your opinion. And you can get away with something like that, right? To say teams don't want to take on Gal. How do you know this? Right? But then you say, in my opinion, I don't think that teams would be totally changes things. Right? But now you're saying, well, you know everything about it and you're an insider. I don't think so. And I think you might be wrong. I was of that opinion. But things have come out that I read about that say that that's not really true, that teams covet Gallagher still, even at that money. Hockey fan guy, come on. Price might have been worth something like that in like 2014, 15, somewhere around there. You're not getting that from him now. And especially if he doesn't come back to play at all, you're not getting that kind of a return. 2 first-rounders and 5 prospects. Come on. McDavid might not get you that. We got to remember, we kind of, and I know I was pretty guilty of this for a long time, probably only recently changed, but we kind of overvalue our players and see them as better than they are. I think every team does it. Every fan base does it for their players. So, you guys are kind of doing that here. You sound like a Leaf fan. Harry, you're probably right. I think you can get I think you can get a first, a prospect, maybe another pick, or something. Maybe even get like first a guy that's actually playing, and a B prospect. But you're not getting 2 firsts and 5 prospects, not anymore. Montreal would be silly to retain money in a Galley deal. You might have to retain a little bit. Yeah, but James, Galley brings something that not every team has, and if you're a contender, and Galley could be a kind of player that puts you over to the top on the offense. Believe it or not, I mean, I think so. So I'm trying to figure out the goalie you're talking about is what Price? Is that one of the best goalies in? I think in the playoffs, yeah. Regular season, he hasn't been. So Grimes has it right. Regular season, Carey Price's regular season performance the last few years not been great. Let's see. Renault says, "Don't trade Galley. Who cares what he thinks?" No, if that whether he wants to stay or not after you sign a 6-year deal, you sign. So, but why do you want to have a guy making that kind of money? So I could see him going. Grimes, Caulfield looked like he was starting to get his game back to where we were expecting it. Anyway. Yeah, Lecky is an RFA, so I don't. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get that kind of money. But I like Lecky. I hope they keep Lecky though. I agree. I hope they keep Lecky. I think he's a valuable player to have because I mean he's kind of like Paul Byron-ish. I think with better size and gives you a little bit more. And yeah, I think Paul Byron's going to go. So I know it's good to have a guy like Lecky around. I think Armia's going to go too. James Shaw, you're not alone. But I mean, he hasn't played like an elite player right now. He's young. I mean, you can't really say that yet. But I don't think you're alone. I think there's a lot of, especially Toronto Maple Leafs fans, they'd agree with you. Harry, I think you got it right. Exactly right. Now he's not, but give him a few years. He may not turn out to be one, but we don't know yet. You can't say that about him yet. I wouldn't give Romanov $5 million yet. No, I wouldn't. I think I'd give Romanov. I'd give Romanov a bridge deal. I like Romanov, so don't get me wrong, but I don't know. 5 years at $5 million, it's too early for that yet. I think I'd give him like 3 years, like they're paying Savard, 3 years at 3.5, and go from there. Leaf fans agree with you. Leaf fans would agree with you, James. But I've seen it already, so yeah. But they would agree with anything negative about Montreal. Um, hockey fan guy, I think Carey Price needs to win a Stanley Cup to be a definite Hall of Famer. I think otherwise he might get in, he might not. Honestly, I think he might not. And the Hall of Fame should be something hard to get into, not easy. I think that's why I think Price will want to go somewhere where he can win a cup because I think he needs one to get into the Hall for sure. Do I think Bergie overpaid Suzuki? I want to say no. I'm not going to judge Suzuki on this year. No, I haven't changed my mind on Suzuki. So no, and I think he could have. I think if they waited a little longer, and this year it didn't turn out that way. So let's be honest, it didn't turn out that way. But the chances were that if he waited till the end of the season, they would have paid more for him. So, you know. Yeah, I don't think Suzuki's. I have high hopes for him. I haven't given up on that. Lecky might not be as young as you think. Lecky's 26. So, but he's still young enough that I think you do keep him. Hey, Rich J, how's it going? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Got you. We're giving away a hat tonight, so got you on the list now. Dauphin has the third most points per game on the Habs roster. They must re-sign them. Dauphin. Dauphin's play what? 3 games as a Hab? What are you talking about? They can re-sign him for the Rocket, yeah. Dauphin is not getting re-signed because he's got points. Come on. Hockey fan guy doesn't mean the Canes would have offer sheeted him. But you don't take a chance. There was no need to take a chance with Suzuki. Dauphin, he's our savior now. Dauphin. Agreed, he played pretty good hockey the games he's been playing lately here, but I mean the guy's played 3 games for the Habs. You must resign him. Or they're gonna be in the AHL if they don't resign Dauphin. One goal, 2 assists in 5 games. And you think you got to resign this guy because he's got 1 goal, 2 assists in 5 games, dude. Those are just jaw-dropping numbers. I can't believe those numbers. Dauphin's the next great French hockey player? Okay. Right. See, Harry Rice has it right. Sorry, guys. But I agree. Harry's got it right. Could be a 4th line option. Definitely. And, keep him around. Definitely. Have to resign him or it's over. No. No, James, you're right. The Canes, they seem to want to still, the feud is still on for whatever reason because, they're just a bunch of adolescents there. They're just a bunch of braggadocious asshole adolescents with their hat on backward and just assholes, douchebags. So, yeah, they're not done with us. We'll see. I hate them. Let's put it that way. I hate them. I think I hate them more than I hate the Bruins now. Rich J, I won't even talk about that guy. Nope. Can't talk about other people that have done similar stuff to him and go that and then be hypocritical and talk about that kid. I want him out of the organization. I hope that's one of the first things Gordon does is move that kid. Well, hockey fan guy, that's not up to us. They're going to decide. We're going to find out. Renault, but I think Evans is a 3rd liner, not a 4th. But to say that a 4th line player, we got to re-sign that 4th line player. I mean, it's a 4th line player. 4th liners you can get them. You don't have to go out of your way for them. That's my opinion. Harry, I don't think they ruined their franchise. Hell, look at them. I mean, they're a pretty damn good team. I don't think that's going to hurt them that much. Don't forget, Jake Gardiner was out the whole year. Paid for KK's contract, basically. Was KK overpaid? Yes. But I don't think it ruins them. Baby, what did Bergie say about Drouin? I'm not sure what you're saying. He said Dvorak's been a huge letdown so far. Do you think Dvorak is a bust? I don't think so. Grimes, I like Pizzetta. Yeah, he's young. For sure he's young. I like Pizzetta. I like him as a fourth liner, fourth line option in the future. I like the energy he gives. He's physical. He'll fight. We need that. We need a guy like that. Yes, Harry, I don't disagree with you. And that, yeah, getting rid of Nedeljkovic, I don't like why they did that. I don't understand that one. But their results right now, you can't argue with. So, Harry, yeah, I agree with that too. And I think Dvorak will. I think he'll end up being pretty good here. Yeah, hockey junkie, absolutely. I like Pizzetta from the preseason. Was it preseason, right? Yeah, the kid made an impression, and I think he brings energy. He can pump up the team. Uh, he's done that. Yeah, I like the kid. Brad, yeah, they are playing pretty good hockey. I don't know what he's saying that they're. I don't see it. Their results are there, man. I wish our results were as good. Anderson has been good for them. I'm not saying no, but Anderson, I mean, he's an older guy. He's not a. Nedeljkovic is going to be one of those really solid, like really good goalies of the future. I don't know why they would have given up on him like they did. They have their reasons. The results are there this year. Can't argue with it, I guess. Still hate them. Never will like them. They're just annoying. I see them on Twitter. Their media. They're run by kids, I think. Hockey fan guy, that's pretty much the case, right? You can't really judge everybody this year. It's been a horrible year. Dvorak just came in. Like Harry said, I don't really think he got his footing properly, here. I wouldn't judge him fully yet. Carolina's honestly lucky Anderson hasn't gotten hurt by stretching his legs yet. Give it time, it'll happen. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think Anderson is happy to have gotten away from Toronto, and I don't know. He's doing well. That's what matters now. Now they're gonna also everyone's getting a break, so they get to rest up. Injuries, they get to get healthy. This could only kind of be good for Carolina, you'd think, unless it screws their momentum. Bye-bye. If that's what you were talking about earlier, Bergie said Drouin was going to be the next great French-Canadian player when he traded for him. Problem is with the media, the pressure they put on these French kids, you're never going to have another next great French-Canadian player. Not here. They won't give them the opportunity. The media, that is, if you ask me. Harry, but it might be different in Carolina, right? That was in Toronto. It might be different. Um, Renault, Aho agreed to the money. Aho was really happy with the money. Aho only negotiated with Montreal to get that contract at that money. Nobody deserved Matthews' money. Matthews is an overpaid sex offender. That's what he is. He's a sex offender that's idolized by all you guys that like him. And that's why I won't talk about that kid that we drafted. Same thing. I won't talk about him. Why should I? I'm not going to idolize some piece of shit. Anderson just got COVID. Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah. Listen, along with how many people? Yeah, I hope everybody who's got it, they're doing okay. I don't hold it even against Marchand that he should be sick and dying from it or something like that. It's not, I hope they're all fine. They're not annoying. For me, they're annoying, Grimes. Anytime, listen, the other day they scored 2 quick goals. I don't remember against who. On Twitter, they scored a goal. Well, we just scored a goal. Is that good? Then they scored a second one. Oh, we're up 2-0, got an early goal, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Is that good? Fuck you, you're an asshole. That's all I wanted to say. It's just braggadocious, immature. I'm sure it's like a 15-year-old kid that's running the Canes media. Harry, you're catching me with something I don't know much about. I don't know what's going on in Calgary, honestly. I kind of saw something about it, like getting ready for this show, but I didn't dive into it, so I don't know what's going on there. Bay Bye, I think that's pretty accurate. Grimes agrees with me. Flames should move to Houston. No, we need to keep the Canadian teams. I don't want another team going to the States. They're going to move if they're going to move somewhere, they should move to Quebec. Hockey fan guy, yeah, me too. I don't like the Flames fans. They act like idiots. They've threatened me a few times for some of my videos. Still don't know what's going on in Calgary. Kind of like with Arizona, they had to pay their rent, or else they were going to get locked out on the 21st. James Hamilton, I don't think you'll see because of Toronto. They won't give the rights and all that stuff to Hamilton. That's why I don't think we could. I think there was it back in the early 2000s or something there, maybe the 90s, there was a lot of talk about a team going to Hamilton. It's not going to happen. Quebec can happen. Yeah, Hockey Junkie, that was a great win. And guess who predicted it and wanted it? And I was told, no, no, you shouldn't take on. You don't want Toronto. You don't want. Yeah, I want Toronto. And I was right. We beat them. Matthews doesn't deserve to play in the NHL, if you ask me. Sex offenders shouldn't not. He bought his way out of it, so he's not really officially a sex offender because he had the money to buy his way out, and happened in Arizona, Phoenix, I think. Isn't that where he's from? Brad, they have to give the okay, right? They have the rights for all the TV and all that for that whole area. They don't want to give up any of that. Hamilton's right in that area, so they're not doing that. And yeah, they don't want another team there. Speaking of the Leafs, I've got a really funny this 1968, another Stanley Cup. Ho ho ho! I'll see what I can do, Timmy. In 2021, I'm still working on it, Tim. I like that. Pretty appropriate. I also have had, since we're doing this, I also found this really old picture of my parents. Look at this. Yeah, uphill. They were right. Uphill in the snow all the way to school. And apparently that's the same way to get home. Yeah, that's all I got there. Nope. Hey, Jackson, how's it going? Get you in there. I'm drawing for a hat tonight and giving away a hat. Got to get everybody in. How's it going, buddy? No team should be allowed to block another city while they have the rights for a certain area. So, yeah. It's all about rights, broadcast rights or whatever the rights are, but that's what it's about. Thanks, Harry. Not every day, but I appreciate it. I'm Jewish. We're all naturally funny. That's what they say. I'm not a very good stand-up comedian. I don't tell jokes very well. I'm more off the cuff type of stuff when I'm feeling in a good mood. I was in a wickedly bad mood all day today. Went shopping all day today. So it was all afternoon. It's not fun just before Christmas and everything. So came back in a really bad mood, like really bad mood. So how I'm feeling, I'm doing good now, but I was not in a great mood a couple hours before this show. But I turned it around, man. Bob, I agree. Hamilton will never get an NHL team because of the Leafs. Okay, true. The arena is getting old, but it was like what I'm talking about. It was kind of like new, or they were going to build. Like I don't even know, but it's 20, 30 years ago. I was talking about. They were talking about it when the NHL was really in that expansion mode, and but yeah, Leafs won't let it happen. Habs have the monopoly on pro hockey in Quebec. No, they do now, but we had the Nordiques here. And you know what? I think the Habs would like having the Nordiques back. Why? One reason why. If they got the Nordiques back, it takes away a lot of that pressure for that French player stuff. And the Nordiques do that. And the Habs don't have to. And so I think the Habs would like that. Habs Guru, thank you so much, buddy. Some Habs Guru hype in this room and some Dono hype. Congrats, 3 years, Rick. Always look forward to your live streams. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And they won't stop. We're still going to go strong. Hopefully there'll be games to do. Who to thunk it, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Habs Guru. So, yeah, some more Habs Guru hype in the room. I think Habs Guru really wants, if he doesn't win the hat tonight, which he's already won one, I think he wants to win it for the next draw because that's coming up soon. Then I've got to give away a hat for just the giveaways, the donation giveaway that I always do. So, but this is special because of the 3rd-year anniversary. I thought, oh, let's give a hat away tonight. So, but thanks. I really appreciate that, buddy. Saskatchewan Moose. Yeah, that's cool. I'd like to see the moose like for a logo. Do they like? Would you have enough? Would a city be big enough there? Like really, you got to have the fan base. Like Quebec City barely can. Like I don't even know if they really qualify as having enough population in the area. But you know, if a team was in Quebec, people would go. That's one thing. People would go. In Saskatchewan, I don't know. I don't know Saskatchewan enough to know. What do you get? Steve, that was hanging around with us from there, Regina. Where would you put it? Penguins were planning to move to Kitchener. Really? I mean, they just got bought, so I imagine that put that out. When was that they were planning that? I don't remember that. James, that's what it was. The Cops Arena. You're right. They had it refurbished, but still, it's a long time ago. That's got to be kind of outdated now. Bay they'll never. Leafs will never give up that. They want to control that stuff. I kind of think, I'd like to see in the eastern side. Like, I'd like to see maybe Halifax. Like, I think Nova Scotia. If Saskatchewan could handle a team, I think Nova Scotia would be able to. I'd like to see something go on there. But I mean, I'm okay with Saskatchewan too. I wouldn't mind seeing another Canadian team added, but maybe bring in two, like Quebec and Saskatchewan. Awesome stuff. So Habs Guru, you want me to take you out of the draw for this one? Up to you. I mean, that's fair. It's fair to say that, but it's up to you. This is, although tonight, no. But if you mean for the next draw for the donations, okay. Tonight is just whoever's here, whoever talked in the chat is in the draw. Doesn't matter if you won before. And it's only one entry. So it's not like, so it's just one entry, each person, somebody will get it. Brad, I think Halifax would be good. They have the moose heads. I hope it wouldn't affect them, but I kind of like that. But I'm okay with Saskatchewan too. But I think if you bring in another Canadian team, you almost have to bring in two more. Although if you bring in one more, that would be 8. Then that would be a division we could have if something like this happens again. It would be a full division. Move Arizona to Houston. Move Arizona here to Quebec. But it'll probably go to, if it moves, it'll probably go to Houston. I think if the next team that moves is going to Houston. I don't think Houston will get a franchise, like a new franchise, but I think they'll get a relocation. Hockey fan guy, I'm not sure why the 5 years ago. I know I asked you something, and I don't remember why. 5 years ago, that's when the Penguins were planning to move. I don't remember that. Although 5 years ago, I wasn't following hockey as close as I would have liked. So that's probably why. James, from what I understand, there is... Okay, business in Quebec's not great. I get that. But from what I understand, the ownership groups were ready to be in place, and the money was there. So, I mean, I don't know. I just want to see the Nordiques come back. Bob, yeah, Kitchener's too small. I agree with that. I've been to Kitchener. It's not a big place. But there's a lot of population, I think, in and around there. So I think maybe that would be the reason why. But Kitchener is a pretty small city. Manitoba Moose. So we're talking, though, about Saskatchewan, not Manitoba. Why do you say that? The Moose heads I was talking about in Halifax. You're saying because there's already a team named the Moose. What was the other city? I don't remember. Like they were saying earlier, I don't remember. 500,000 folks live in Halifax, Dartmouth. Yeah, it might not be big enough, unfortunately. Renault, this is something I pretty much agree with you on, I think. And you're right, the NHL owners want more money, and that's why we probably won't get another team in Canada. But I do agree, Houston's next. Talk of Oklahoma City's been there. And then I think it does come to Canada. Quebec is the place that's going to get a team. But I think it definitely Houston. And the talk of Oklahoma City, I read that somewhere too before. Awesome. Hockey Junkie, not Hockey Junkie, Habs Guru. I'll do that for the next draw. Not for this one, though. You're in it because this is a special draw. There's no need for any qualifications other than just being here. Hey, 420 Earthling, let me get you in there. Hang on a sec. Doing good. I was in a lousy mood before, but I'm in a good mood now. So all's well. Going for my booster shot tomorrow. Rich J, the Quebec Loonies. Yeah, that'd be their nickname. Bay Bar, yeah, that's another reason Halifax wouldn't get it. See, Quebec's got the arena, so they can take a team right away. Move Arizona to Newfoundland. Is there enough population on the whole island there for it? I don't know. Yeah, the Nords would be good to see come back. Nords were not my favorite team, but man, I love those games. Definitely not my favorite team, but loved having them around. Oh, Brad, I want both of those things, but yeah, I want both things. I'm being what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is. Yeah, Bob, I think it's not just like the town, right? It's the surrounding area, and then who holds rights to that area for TV rights and all that? The Leafs might, and you might not be able to get it done because of that. Abbotsford, could they support? I don't know how big Abbotsford is. That's where the hockey guy lives. Mad Outdoor, nope, no news on. There's going to be nothing till after the holidays. I really wouldn't expect it till January, personally. Leafs have rights there. Yeah, I would think the Leafs have the rights, like in Hamilton, same thing. I think their rights go they're pretty extensive through the province. You never know, Renault. You never know. We might get both. But listen, that MLB thing and all that, they're talking 2027, 2028, really, as if it would happen. So it's not happening in the next couple of years. So any baseball team coming to Montreal is still like 5-6 years away. Hockey fan guy, I have no way to know that, to answer that. If the Habs have talked any, I imagine they have. But I have no way to know that. Hey Lou, how's it going? Oh, you're on the new phone. Awesome. Yeah, we went out. I went out shopping with my ex-wife today. She got a new phone. We picked it up. So that's cool. Awesome. Glad you like it. Is there a Winter Classic this year? Is there going to be hockey this? We don't know. So I don't know the answer to that. I don't keep up on that for some reason. I never know when the outdoor games are. I don't know why. Because Montreal only played the one, right? Like that first one back when Jose Theodore. I don't remember another one that the Habs were in. You lost your vape. Oh no. Oh, that sucks, Lou. I'll get you another one when I get my money. Hockey fan guy, the insiders are not talking about what about the GM role here. They're Gordon said anyways, nothing before Christmas, be after. So I wouldn't expect any kind of this. Lou, I know I forgot my Kleenex. Don't worry. I'll get it tomorrow or the day after. Not tomorrow, Friday. Rich J, Habs were outdoors versus Oilers. That was that game back then, though, no? Habs versus Nordiques on the Plains of Abraham. That would be pretty cool, actually, Renault. Yeah, they're not talking. Hockey Fan Guy. They're not talking about the GM because just listen. Anyways, Habs are usually pretty cards close to their chests anyway. So, but no, there's been no talk about even rumors wise about except that they're talking to some women, 3 women. They mentioned that one guy Kent Hughes, which I reported on. I haven't really heard anything about anybody else yet. You're going tomorrow to get a new one? Yeah, it might be snowing tomorrow. It's gonna be cold tomorrow, Lou. Good luck with that, though. Too bad you lost. I didn't know you lost it. It's too bad. I'm going to start, when I'm done this one, I'm going to start getting these names ready. And we'll do the draw just before we go. Not sure when I'm going to go yet. If you're having a good time, please give a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Haven't said that yet. And I'm hoping Matt's okay. I think he might not be feeling well. I'm going to just text him. Let's see what happens. They've only played in the one, right? The Heritage Classic. Is that what you're saying? Habs I'm talking about? How come they don't give the Habs more outdoor games? Hey, Devin, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, Matt's still asymptomatic. I guess he forgot about the stream tonight. I think he forgot about the stream. I'm going to ask him if he did. Ooh, okay, hang on. Got to write down Devin because we're giving away a hat tonight for everybody that's chatting with us. Jason. Hey, Jason. So everybody gets entered. Okay, I got everybody. Aki, the last outdoor winter classic for Montreal, 2016 against the Bro. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. Which they won. Of course, against the Bruin. Of course they won. No, but no, they don't have to play here in Montreal. They can do an outdoor somewhere else. But you're right. They don't have. I don't know where they'd play outdoor here. Oh wow, Harry, that's pretty cool. I didn't watch it. Honestly, I didn't watch that. I think Matt's been watching us though. Hey Matt. Anyway, everyone's happy to know that you're still good. He says he's asymptomatic still, so fingers crossed that tomorrow you test yourself, you'll be negative. And you got a couple of days off from work. What are you gonna do? Hey Sean, how's it going? Oh, Sean, like a rebuild, if they can do a rebuild in 2-3 years, that's pretty quick right there. I hope so. I hope it's not a 5, 6, 7 year thing, which a rebuild can turn out to before you start to really be a contender. So I hope so. There's a lot of work ahead of Gorton, believe me. So we're giving away a hat tonight, Sean. Everybody that chatted tonight is in. Just write your name down. Rebuild cannot, listen, you don't rebuild and you're ready next season. No, that's ridiculous. A rebuild takes more than one off season. Come on. A rebuild takes 2, 3, 4 years. 5 usually. 3 to 5 is the usual time. .420 Earthing, there's outdoor rinks all over Canada. You'd think they could find one, right? I don't remember the one against Ottawa either. So was there one against the Habs in Ottawa? I don't remember that one at all. Okay, I'm going to start cutting up these names out of here. So we're not running horribly behind. Whoops. A little process to do, but not much. We'll cut them all out and we'll put them in a hat and we'll draw. You notice I say we for everything, right? I don't. You see anybody here with me? Maybe it's a ghost or something. I must be talking about a ghost. Aren't I lucky I learned how to use scissors when I was a kid? And look, I didn't even cut my finger or anything. Not yet. Welcome to my live stream. Cutting paper with Rick. Hang on, we're almost there. Yeah, I write all my scripts. I don't type. I don't put them on the computer. I write old-fashioned. So I go through a lot of this paper. But remember, I'm an old guy, so. Besides, I don't type well. Like I type with one finger on each hand. So I think it would take me longer to type than to write. So almost there. 4 more names to cut out. And if anybody else, oh well, Matt doesn't qualify, just like I don't. Sorry, Matt. Giving away a hat tonight for the anniversary. All right, got all the names cut out. If there anybody else comes in, I'll add them, but we'll be ready soon. Yeah, Sean, but if it takes, look, I hope it's not 5 years either. But if it does, I mean, we'll be a much better team at the end. It'll be worth it. You know, a little bit more patience. It's not going to be fun. I get it. I got to sit here every game and do this, and it's not fun, but it's going to be worth it. Sport Production says it wasn't 2018 with Senators in Montreal. It was 2014. And we lost 3-0. 420, I got paper cutting skills. Not really, because they're not great cuts, but hey. And listen, they're safety scissors, right? I can't cut myself. Yeah, I can. They're not safety scissors. That would be funny, seeing me using safety scissors. Matt, I just saw Matt put that there. They're not. These actually are scissors from when I was when I had a grow room, when I was working in a grow room. These are great for trimming pot. And you can see, I don't know if you can see close enough, but you can see you see all that stuff that's all resin from, some of it's 5 years old. I think I've had these 10 years. Great scissors. Fiskars. There you go, Renaud. That's what they are. Fiskars. Randy, I hope they don't lock us down. Honestly, I hope they don't. But yeah, it looks. I mean, then it's not going to be before Christmas. It'd be after. He hasn't got the balls to do it before. I hope not. Sport production 2017 or 2014? You said 14. Bergey's gone now, Renault. It's onward and upward with Gorton in the driver's seat, and we'll see where it goes. Devin, I don't know about 2 to 3 years, but I hope it's only 2 to 3 years. But it could be longer. But definitely, it's going to be the next 2 to 3 years where we're going to suck, and then it'll start getting better. Rich J, yeah, it would be nice to get a cup, but listen, you got to go through the bad sometimes to get to that good stuff. It was 2017. All right, we got that narrowed down. 2017. I don't remember that game though. Randy, I think he will too. I don't know that he'll take a GM job. I kind of see Bergevin being an assistant to the hockey ops guy, like an assistant hockey ops guy. I think he'll make a step upward. Not I don't know if he'll want to be a GM, but I don't think we'll see him till next season as a GM. I think he wants to take some time off and relax a bit. I would if I were him. This guy looked worse than a U.S. president after his 2 years or 2 terms. He aged a lot. I think he needs some good rest, which I think he'll do. Randy, and it was so forgettable. I didn't watch it. Brad, I only wished. I mean, those are the 2 prizes, right? If we, Shane Wright would be great, but man, if we could get Connor Bedard next year, I think that's the big name right there. But if we can get both of those guys, that would be just That what that would really speed up any kind of rebuild. If you can get those 2 top picks, that should if you got a good guy at the helm, that should speed up any rebuild. I'm drawing the winner in a minute. Let's get to it. Oh, you know what? Let's do it in the Santa hat. Okay, so the draw's coming up. That's just the top of the. There's nothing on there, but the title. Okay, anybody got a drum roll? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. We got a name. We got a name. We got a name. Oh, look at that. Always the first guy to make a comment. Daryl Adams. He's probably not in the room, though. But Daryl Adams is the winner of the hat. Daryl Adams. Sorry for anybody who didn't get it. I'm sorry, but only one can win. Daryl Adams, he's probably not in the room now, but he's almost always the first comment. Every single live stream, it's Daryl Adams with the first comment. So I guess a bit appropriate that he wins something. So there you go. So we got Daryl Adams. I'm going to keep that separate. Daryl Adams. Everyone can see that. So nobody's screwing around. And just so I could show you. Oh, funny that Habs seeds that there were other names. They were all different names. Just so everyone can see. They were all different names. Just so I'm not screwing around. All right. So congrats, Daryl Adams. The 3-year anniversary winner. All right, where was I? Jason, that's a good question. I don't know enough about all these kids at this point anyway. I'll kind of research more as we get closer to the draft. So I don't know. But Savoie is a name I hear a lot. So Well, Randy, maybe we can give it a go for a few years and match their getting number one picks. Yeah, it was rigged. I wanted Daryl Adams to win. I don't even know where he lives, so taking a chance on how far somebody is when you do a giveaway like this, I don't know where everybody's from, so it could get expensive to send it. Although I think Daryl's in Canada, I think. Got a guest, well, not a guest coming in, but a regular. Matt's about to join us. Hey, Matt.
Hello.
How's COVID treating you, man?
Like I said, so far asymptomatic. I'm testing on Friday. Hopefully it's negative.
On Friday, you're testing? Okay.
Yep.
I'm hoping to get some of those tests. I was at a pharmacy today. No, you have to reserve. By the way, if anybody's here, I guess in Quebec, you have to. Jean Coutu is doing this. You have to reserve them online at your pharmacy where you have a file. And if you do that, then you can go pick up your tests. You're allowed a kit of 5 tests once a month for anybody 14 years and over. And that shit's going to screw with the numbers. Numbers are going to be lower than we think. But apparently tomorrow we're supposed to in Quebec hit 9,000 new cases. That's what they're expecting. So it is definitely contagious, but the outlook is good as far as for, being deadly. So fingers crossed, and I'm good with that. And I don't think we need to lock down like we did before. And I was okay with the lockdowns before. I really was. Even the curfew, I was okay with it. I'm not so much this time. Not so much. I don't think it's necessary. Randy, that's called tanking a bit, I think, how they did. They just were a sucky team. And then they won the lottery, didn't they? That's how the Oilers got their picks. I mean, listen, Montreal's going to need to win the lottery. Someone's going to win the lottery pick. So Montreal's going to need to do that to get first pick. So if we can be lucky for maybe 2 years in a row, just be lucky 2 years in a row and win that draw, and then we can get the 2 big prizes. That would be awesome. But then, you pinch yourself and you wake up and you realize, oh, it was just a dream. 420, it did happen. Daryl Adams won. Sorry, buddy. Daryl Adams got the here, I'll show you that. That's right. I kept the right one.
Congrats,
That's the winner right there. Daryl, it's appropriate. He's always the first comment. He gets in like in the early afternoon, and he makes a comment every one. And he's been in the room many times, but I doubt he's here. Renault, last year the curfew, I thought it was okay, and I thought it was effective, but it is not necessary now. I don't think it's necessary at this point. Virus doesn't care about time of day, doesn't care about anything. But if it's not as deadly, well, no need to panic and overreact. We won't know for a few weeks, though. There's a lag in that. We'll find out in a few weeks what the numbers look like. No, even here, it's hard to get. They say they're distributing so many of those tests, and it's hard to get. Why they don't just send them to every household once a month? Don't know. And then if you need more, well, then the pharmacies will have some, and you can go then, but they should send them to every household. That's what they say. They might have passed the peak already. If that's the case, if that's really the case, we'll be good in about a month. Which is what I think the NHL is kind of hoping for, right? Is that, 2 weeks to a month and they'll be okay and they can be like normal. So that's why I think they're thinking of changing the Habs games so they'll be mostly on the road the next month and then start having home games because they'll be able to have fans. That's what they're hoping for. 420, yeah, and they just did the wrong thing. I don't think the government knows what the freaking hell they're doing. So, yeah, we'll just trot out the old thing we did last year and do that again. And then he says how important the vaccinations are, and then don't open up the doors for people to get vaccinated, though. Nope. Bunch of idiots running our province. Hockey fan guy, man, you got it from your job. Awesome. What did they do, UML? What did they do? They win? What did they win?
I did. It's where I went to college, to Hockey Flag.
Oh, I get it, but did they win something, or just because you went to college there?
Well, I went to college there, and I still follow the hockey team. So.
Okay, so it's your alma mater. So you're celebrating your alma mater. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, a little different from professional hockey. Yeah, I figured one.
Little.
Not.
A little. Definitely.
I finally have a nice little background behind me.
Is that
what's up?
That's the screen itself, or is that the green screen and you got a picture on there? Like, what is
that?
That's
a flag.
The screen.
That's a flag that I have 2 clamps clamping it to my headboard. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. That's cool.
The screen
Matt's got a green screen now, so
it's back. I'm staring right at it under my window. But that'll be like once I kind of have like a studio ready to go, and also when I can leave my room.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
But I think it looks good. What do you think?
Awesome. Yeah. No, listen, it's a background. It's better than seeing your living room or your basement. I mean, it just is in general. Me too. I want to get one. Yeah. I'm going to be getting a green screen when I get my fire settlement, which should be coming soon, actually. Don't forget to shop for Christmas. Yeah, I've done mine. U.S. has reported over $200 billion in fraud related to the pandemic. Yeah, well, I'm sure there's a good amount in Canada too. Yeah, I mean, babe, in general, listen, if you feel sick, get tested. But if you feel sick, I mean, stay home. Basically, most people are going to stay home through it anyway when they get it. So, right? How's your girlfriend doing?
Yeah. What's up? You cut out a little bit.
Oh, I said, how's your girlfriend doing?
A little bit better. Her throat's still bothering her. I don't know if I think she still has a fever. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Other than that, she's pretty much fine. Everything's pretty mild. Nothing severe.
Good. You're the first one. I think you got the first. I mean, I know other people that were in the chat over the last little while. They might have had someone with COVID, but I didn't hear about it. So your girlfriend's the first one of the family of Talking Habs family that's gotten it that I know of. Hey, hockey fan guy, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, man. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however you want to say it. All right. We're at 2 hours already. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it here myself. Yeah, I mean, thanks everybody for being here. It was a fun 3-year anniversary. Hopefully we'll make a 4th. Yeah, no, I'm sure I'll be around for a 4-year. Not worried about that. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here. It's too bad we didn't have any games to do because there should have been a game tonight. So it's too bad we couldn't celebrate with a Habs win. I feel like that was going to happen. But thanks everybody for being here. And thanks to Habs Guru for that big dono. Really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be back on. There was supposed to be a game tomorrow, but I'm getting my booster shot tomorrow, so I'm not going to do a live stream tomorrow anyway. But depending on the day that me and my family do it, either it's going to be Friday or Saturday. Whatever day we do it, the other day I'm going to do a live stream. So either Friday or Saturday night, I'm going to do a live stream. And Yeah, we just lost Matt. Matt's on Wi-Fi, so that happens. So yeah, so hopefully you guys will be back for that. If not, I mean, hopefully you'll be enjoying a good Christmas and hopefully get to share it with some of your family. Hey, Mike. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. It's too bad you came in late. We did a draw. I gave away a hat, but you weren't here in time, buddy. But thanks for being here. I appreciate that. My next stream is either going to be Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, Randy. So either one. I'm just not sure when I'm doing with my family exactly what day, because I'm getting my shot tomorrow, my booster. I don't know if I'm going to have a reaction to it or not and how I'm going to feel. So I don't know. So that's why I don't know. So, so just listen, I want to say, in case you guys aren't in for the next one and I don't get to talk to you before, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you want to call it. I just hope you have a good time and get to see some of your family. Enjoy the holiday, get drunk, get stoned, get whatever, and get blow some steam off. I don't remember the saying. Blow off some steam, and yeah, just have a great holiday, the best we can. Hopefully, when we come back from that, we'll have some hockey to do. And yeah, that's it. So I'm not going to babble here any longer. Thanks for being here. Thanks all you guys for being here for the 3 years. I know a lot of you guys have been around since I've been like without any subscribers at all. So yeah, I really want to thank everybody for that. And let's hope we get another good 3 years and Montreal will bring us a cup in that time. That would be awesome. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe out there till the next live stream. Peace out, y'all. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Ciao, everybody.